Yes, hello everyone. Am I audible? Just write yes or no in the chat box. Am I audible to everyone? Yes, guys, am I audible? Just write yes or no in the chat box. Yes, hello everyone. Hello. Am I audible? Okay. 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 So hello everyone. My name is Pranshu Rathor and I work as a technical trainer for Skillected.com. Right. And I have around 6+ years of experience as a technical trainer, and I have taught around 10,000 plus students pan India, both online and offline. Right. Okay. So we will start in a minute. Okay. We will start at sharp 7. Right. Till then, can you tell me from where you are and currently what are you doing? You are a student or you're working? Indore. Okay. Okay, Mumbai. Okay, Vizagaram. Okay, Rajasthan, Bihar, right? Ranchi. Okay, okay. So I guess there are people from all the different states, right? From Rajasthan, from Madhya Pradesh, right? From Jharkhand. Okay. So shall we? Which language do you prefer? Okay, Hindi or English? Tell me your language preference. Okay, both English, Annie, right? English, Hindi, both. Okay, okay, okay. So I'll use both the languages, right? Okay, okay, right. So let us just start, guys. So may I know that do you guys have any idea about React JS? Okay, what is React JS? Why we use React JS and why it is so popular in the market right now? Any sort of ideas, guys? So can you write in the chat box? So let us see. It's a front end library, right? Okay, so Hemant told it right. It's a front end library. It is more faster than JS. Yes, it is also correct. Then JavaScript library used for UI, right? No idea, new, right? Okay, component based architecture structure, we can say. Okay, JS library. Yes, I know about React in beginner level. Okay, beginner, right? So I guess most of you have the idea about React JS. What is React JS and why we use? Okay, so let me tell you that first of all, React JS is a JavaScript library. So what is JavaScript? JavaScript is a programming language, and React.js is a library based on the JavaScript programming language. So why we use React? Because of its many features and benefits. Okay, reusability. Okay, first of all, that you have to write a single code and it can be used as many times as you want. Okay, so reusability is the main benefit of using React. We split our websites into different components and we reuse those components into our whole website. Okay, uh, so guys, do you understand? Just write yes or no in the chat box. Any doubts about React? Okay, okay. So why we prefer React.js? Because there are two different approaches for making websites. Okay, first you can use the vanilla JavaScript, that means the DOM manipulation, and on the other hand you can use the library that is called React.js. So what is the problem with vanilla JavaScript? That vanilla JavaScript have an imperative approach. That means you have to manipulate everything inside the DOM, document object model. So what is document object model? Let us see. So I'm sharing my screen, right? So my screen is visible to everyone. Okay, right. So if we right click on any website and if you click on inspect, okay, so you have this developer tools options, and inside these developer tools options, you can see the DOM, okay, document object model. So in vanilla JavaScript, what we do, we change everything inside this DOM, right? And what happens in React, we don't manipulate, we don't change anything. Okay, so changes are done automatically by React by detecting that what things you're updating on this DOM. So what React is best at, making real time applications, okay, which have real time data. Like we can take the example of weather application, right? So in weather application, your data is real time, it will change, okay, after certain time. Then to make the user interface in sync with the backend data, that is the meaning of React, right? So you keep your data in sync with your front end, with your user interface, your UI, and that is why you use React. So that okay, there should not be like this, that temperature is 27 and it is showing me 25 or 24, right? So this is why we use React. Okay, so there are two ways by which you can create a React application. Okay, so let me tell you what are those two ways. Okay, let me close this developer tools. So first one is the create React app. Okay, so CRA in short, we call it CRA, create React app. You can go to its website and you can also see that create React app is deprecated. Okay, what is the meaning of deprecated? That the CRA is no longer maintained or updated now. Okay, and the other option we have is the Vite. Okay, so we have the Vite option. So next generation front end tooling, right? So we have these two options. So where CRA is best, when you want to learn React, okay, you want to make small tutorials. So for learning and testing purposes, CRA is good. But if you want to make real time applications, then you should prefer Vite, okay, over CRA, right? And Vite have certain more extra features as compared to CRA. Okay, so you can see it have the HMR, that means hot module replacement. So your whole code will not be compiled. Okay, only the piece that is changing, it will be, the changes will be reflected on the output screen, right? So we will also go with the Vite option. Okay, so any doubt, guys, till now? Do you understand? We have two options, okay, CRA and Vite, and we are going to choose Vite, and Vite is preferred for making real time applications and real world applications. Okay, right. Okay, so let us continue with Vite. Okay, so if you want to make a React application, first of all, what you need a runtime environment, right? A runtime environment to run your project, React project. So for that, you need Node.js. Okay, so you can go to Node.js website, and from here you can download it and you can install it. Okay, like you install other softwares. Okay, and to check whether the node is installed in your system or not, okay, you can open the command prompt cmd, and here you can write node and hyphen v, and you will get the version here. Okay, so version 20.10, right? So like this, you can check whether Node is installed or not. So Node is a runtime. We need Node because we want to run our React project inside our system. Okay, so we need a runtime environment. Now next step is you need to create a project folder. So I'll right click here and I will make a new folder. Okay. So in this webinar, we are going to make a to-do list. Okay, so I will give the name React slash to do. Okay, React hyphen to do, and you can open this folder with VS Code, right? Okay, so you can see my React to do folder is opened in VS Code. Now here you need to open the terminal. So go to the terminal, new terminal. Okay, and in the terminal, we need to run certain commands so that our project will be scaffolded. Okay, scaffolding is a process where it will give me a starting template for my project, or you can say boilerplate code, right? Okay, or you can say a blueprint for my project. So let us type npm create Vite. Okay, so now if you want to know that what is npm, so let me tell you that npm is a package manager for javascript. So here you can type npm, so you can see. Okay, so npm is known as node package manager. Okay, it is similar as pip in python. Okay, so you can use npm for installing certain packages, third party libraries, and all these things, right? So here I need to type npm create Vite. Okay, so we will execute this command. Okay, and you can see, okay, it will ask you, if you're doing it first time, that need to install the following packages, that is create Vite package. Okay, so you can proceed to yes. Okay, now it is asking you the project name. Okay, so I will give the dot slash. Okay, why dot slash? Because I have already created a folder. So inside the same folder, I need to create the project. So that is why I'm locating it to current folder or current directory. Hit enter, then it is asking you that you should select a framework. So let us choose React. Then it will ask you that what variant you want to use. So we are going to use javascript. Okay, now you can see inside this folder, I have got some files. Okay, a blueprint of for the project. You can see template for our project, and you can see, okay, here it is telling us that scaffolding project. Okay, so scaffolding is a process of creating a starting code or template code. Okay, so it is telling us done. Now you have to run these two commands. So first one is the npm install, to install the packages that are required by this project. So you can go to package.json, and here you can see in the dependencies, okay, that which all packages we need. So we need the React package from npm. We need React DOM package. Okay, if you want to see these packages, you can search these packages on npm. So React. Okay, so you can see React is a JavaScript library for building UIs, user interfaces. Okay, so this library we are going to use in our project. So that is why we need to install this library and the React DOM we need, right? So these two packages we need to install. And there are some development dependencies. Okay, what are development dependencies? The things that we need for the development of our project. So we need to install these things also. So that is why it is telling you to run this command. Okay, npm install. Okay, so let us write this command npm I. Okay, I can also write npm I. I is short for install. So it will install all the packages that are listed here in the package.json file. So package.json file is the package manager file for your project. Okay, it will manage all the packages of your project, right? So you can see I have got one folder, node modules. Okay, and inside this node modules folder, everything will get installed. Okay, what all packages we have. Okay, now here I can I can run the next command, that is npm run dev. Okay, so what will happen by running this command? It will run our project. Okay, so let us hit enter and let us see. So you can see my project is ready and I can access my project at this URL. Right, so we can click on this URL and I am navigated to my project. Okay, so this is a Vite plus React project. And we have a sample counter here also. So if we click on count, so you can see, right? So the process is clear to everyone up till here. Just write yes or no in the chat box. Okay. Okay. Right. Now let us do things in. Okay, sir. Please tell in brief. I'm late today. Okay, you can watch the recording because we have limited time and we have to cover a lot of things. Right. So we need to utilize our time. Right. So on the one hand, I have my project. On the other hand, I'll give VS Code. Now let us see what is the project structure. Okay. So let us close the terminal also. So this is the package.json file that I told you. Okay, it will manage all the packages inside your project. Now let us go to index.html. So what is index.html? It is the page on which these things are loaded. So if you click on inspect, okay, in the elements you can see the same page that is listed, that is here. Okay, index.html. Okay, if you click on the body, so you can see div id root, and this is that div id root. So you can see that is why we called React applications as single page applications. Okay, why? Because we have only one single index.html and everything will be rendered inside this div. Okay, inside this root div. So you can see my application is inside this div, and I am rendering my application through JavaScript inside this division. Okay, so you need some certain basic knowledge of vanilla JavaScript and HTML, CSS for understanding React, right? So inside this div, my whole application will get rendered. So how it is get rendering? Let us understand it. So you can go to public folder. So inside this public folder, we have one Vite.svg, means this logo that is being used here, Vite logo. So let us delete it. I don't need it. So delete. Okay, let us clean our project folder a little bit. Then in the src, I have assets react.svg. So I also don't delete this. Okay, now I have app.css. I don't need app.css. So let us move it to recycle bin. Okay, then we have app.jsx. So delete everything from app.jsx. Right, then we have index.css. So let us delete everything from index.css. Okay, and we have some code in main.jsx, right? So why I'm deleting everything? Because I we want everything to learn from scratch, right? So this is the code that is rendering everything inside your root element. Okay, so you can see what we are doing here. Okay, so let us put this CSS here and app here. Okay, so first one is the main file. So now I have this index.html, you can see. Okay, so if I click on inspect, so in the elements we have index.html. Let us collapse the body and you can see a div id root and nothing is here. Okay, because I have emptied everything from app.jsx. Right, so index.html is there. Now, how everything is getting inside index.html, you need to go to the main.jsx file. Okay, then you can see we are importing strict mode from React. Okay, so what is strict mode? Okay, we are using strict mode for our development environment. So it will recheck our code one more time. So means two times our code will get checked, right? Then import create root. Okay, we are importing create root from React DOM, right? So remember one more package that we installed, React DOM. So we are creating a root element from this React DOM library. And what this create root will do, it will create a virtual DOM, okay, for your project, so that React will keep track of everything that is changing in your website, and it will automatically render everything for you on the website, okay, without manipulating everything inside your web page, that is this index.html. So we have document dot get element by ID root. Okay, so we are getting this element by ID. So you can see it is having one ID root. Okay, so we are getting this element and we are rendering everything inside this element that we give here. Okay, so we are giving app here. And what is the app? App is a component. You can see nothing is here in the app. So that is why I'm not seeing anything here. So app is a component in React. So how you can make components? What are components? So in React you have two types of components. One is the functional based components and other one is the class based components. Okay. So after React 12, we don't use class based components. Okay. After React 12 version, we everything we have shifted to functional based components and hooks that we use in React. Okay. So in this session, we are going to make functional based components. So what are functional based components? They are simply functions in JavaScript. Okay, that returns some HTML. Okay, so we will make one function and that function will return some HTML code and it will be rendered to my index.html page, right? So everything is clear till now, guys. So can we proceed further and make components in React? Okay. Okay, I'm not getting any replies from other people. Okay, only one or two people are replying. Okay, are you guys getting? Shall we see how we can make components in React? Okay, so let us go to app.jsx, and here we will make our page. Okay. So as I told you, for functional based components, you need to make functions. Okay. So you can make one function. So I can make one function. So function. app. Okay, so this is a function, and inside this function we need to return some HTML, as I said, right? So you can return some HTML code. So I need to return one h1, and it will be hello world, right? So now what we need to do, we need to export this app component to our main.jsx. Okay, you can see it is being used here, and it is imported from /app.jsx. So export it. So in JavaScript we have module system and import and exports. So you can write export, okay, default and app, right? So let us see, do we get hello world on the screen or not? Okay, so if I refreshed it, so you can see we are getting the hello world here. Okay, so it is very easy to make components in React, right? So if you want to change this component in arrow function, okay, if you know a little bit JavaScript and arrow functions, so you can also make by that. So const app is equals to one arrow function, okay, and inside this arrow function we will simply return, okay, what we did in the previous code. So h1 and hello world, right? So you will see the same output here, okay. So there are two methods by which you can make components in React. Okay, one is the traditional functional approach, and other one is the ES6 arrow function approach. Okay, so we will stick to the latest standard and convention. So we will use the latest ES6 convention. Okay, so we will make arrow functions, right? Okay, so how we can do like this? Okay, how we can write HTML code inside JavaScript? Okay, it is because of the JSX. Okay, so if you guys want to know what is JSX, okay, so you can go and search here JSX, right? So you can see JSX is a extension for JavaScript that lets you write HTML like code within JavaScript. सो JSX एक ऐसा एक्सटेंशन है जावास्क्रिप्ट का जिसकी मदद से आप क्या कर सकते हैं कि जावास्क्रिप्ट के अंदर एचटीएमएल लिख सकते हैं और एचटीएमएल के अंदर भी जावास्क्रिप्ट लिख सकते हैं। ठीक है, सो ये अभी हमने कौन सा एग्जांपल देखा था कि हम जावास्क्रिप्ट के अंदर एचटीएमएल लिख रहे थे, राइट? उसके बाद हम क्या कर सकते हैं यहाँ पर, हम यहाँ पर अपना जावास्क्रिप्ट का कोड भी एग्जीक्यूट कर सकते हैं, राइट? सो जावास्क्रिप्ट लिखने के लिए इनसाइड द एचटीएमएल फॉर जेएसएक्स आपको देने पड़ेंगे कर्ली ब्रेसेस, ओके। और मैं यहाँ पर कोई भी एक मैसेज नाम का वेरिएबल बना सकता हूँ, ओके। सो कॉन्स्ट मैसेज, ओके, इज इक्वल्स टू, ठीक है, इसको मैं कोई स्ट्रिंग दे देता हूँ, लेट अस से हेलो, और मैं यहाँ पर मैसेज को पुट कर सकता हूँ एज अ वेरिएबल, राइट? सो दिस इज ऑल्सो अ वैलिड कोड। सो मैं जावास्क्रिप्ट के अंदर HTML लिख सकता हूँ और HTML के अंदर भी जावास्क्रिप्ट लिख सकता हूँ, राइट? सो दिस इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ JSX एंड React। ओके, सो वो इम्पेरेटिव अप्रोच वाला तरीका चला जाता है, ओके, कि आपको सारे एलिमेंट्स को टारगेट करना है और मैनिपुलेट करना है। ओके, सो वी डोंट डू एनी मैनिपुलेशन हियर इनसाइड द DOM, right? So this is the very declarative approach, right? So let us go to the browser and you can see the message hello, okay, right? So do you guys got the idea how to make components in React? ओके, साइड में स्क्रीन पर ऑटोमेटिक रिफ्रेश कैसे हो रहा है? ओके, वी आर यूजिंग वीट फॉर दैट। ओके, सो व्हाट वीट डज, वीट विल क्रिएट अ वर्चुअल एनवायरनमेंट फॉर यू, ओके, एंड इट विल गिव यू अ HMR, as I told you, hot module replacement. So it will live reload the changes as you change your code, your output will get refreshed. Okay, so now let us try to make something real world. Okay, so let us take the example of to-do list, right? So let us try to make one to-do list here. So what we need for to-do list? Okay, we need one form. Okay, so here you can create a form element. Okay, so form is there, and we will delete these action attribute from the form. Okay, inside the form, I need one label. Okay, so label, and it is for to do. Okay, so I will write enter to do here. Okay, and let us create one input. So input type text, and let us create one button. Okay, so button, and let us give enter here, and we can give one type attribute. Okay, so type will be submit. So you can see I am getting that output here, right? So enter to do here, and we can enter some to do here, right? And if we press enter, so our to do gets submitted. Okay, so now what we do in React, we need some variable to store these to dos, right? So we don't use these normal variables here. Okay, so these are not good in React. So what React gives you, React gives a feature, okay, that is called use state. Okay, so use state is a hook in React. Okay, that is used to store some state, or you can say it is used to store some information inside a variable, right? Suppose if you want to remember something inside your components, like, okay, inside the app component, I want to remember something. I need to remember the to do that is being entered here. So for that, we can make one state. So for use state, you can write use state. Okay, and it will be imported from React. You can see the package that we installed. Okay, so use state. How to use state? You can make one const, destructure it. Okay, is equals to assign it to the use state hook. Okay, so this is how we make hooks, like we call functions. Okay, so let us make two variables now. So const to do. Okay, and the other one will be set to do. So what React tells us, that don't change variables directly. Use this function to change anything that you want in this variable. So that is why we make one another function set to do, to set anything inside this to do variable, right? And for the default, we can give it empty strings, right? So by default, to do is nothing. It is an empty string. Okay, now I want to store something inside this to do variable, so we can make a function that can be called inside this form. So inside this, I can give on submit. Okay, so on submit is an event in JavaScript. Whenever the form is submitted, so what you need to do, so I need to handle the submit. So I will make one handle submit function. So let us define that function here. So function handle submit, right? And give it a round brackets, curly braces, and you can do anything here, right? So let us press enter. So you can see my page is refreshing whenever our form is submitted. So I can give event dot prevent default function. Okay, so what is event dot prevent default? It will prevent the default behavior of form, that is refreshing every time it is submitted. Okay, and let us give the event inside the parameters of the function, right? So now if I press enter, so you can see now my page is not refreshing. Okay, now we need to set the to do, right? So here in this function, we need some value. Okay, we need value of this input, right? So in the input, we can give on change attribute. Okay, so on whenever the input is changed, what we need to do, we need to handle the change. Okay, so I will make another function handle change. Okay, so make one more function. So function handle change. Right, this function will handle the change, and inside this we will take the event as the parameters. And here, let us console log. Okay, what we can console log, event dot target dot value. Okay, so let us see what we are getting whenever we type anything inside this input. So click on inspect. So you will see the console. Okay, so let us clear our console, right? And let us enter anything here. So you can see I am getting everything I am typing inside this input, right? Okay. So if I'm getting everything, whatever I'm writing, you can store it inside this to do variable by using this set to do function, right? So you can write here set to do. Okay, what we need to set to do? Okay, we need to set to do to this event dot target dot value. Okay, so copy it and paste it, right? So now our to do is assigned with this value, and what we need to give, we need to give one more value attribute. Okay, so now I can assign the value of this input to this to do. Okay, whatever we are setting here, right? So let us give to do here. Okay, and on submitting this, let us leave it empty and delete this console log. I don't want to give anything, right? So once again, control L, clear the console, and whatever I'm typing here, it is saving my thing to this to do variable. Okay. Now, what we need to do whenever this form is submitted, okay, so we need to empty this to do, right? So, what we can give? We can give set to do, okay, to empty strings, right? So, you can see, okay, whenever I'll type anything here, and if I press enter, everything goes from here, right? Because we are setting to do to empty strings. But before setting it to empty strings, we need to make one array for storing every to do, right? So I will make const to do's, right? So to do's will be an array that will contain all the to do. So set to do's, right? And here I can make use state, and now it will be an empty array. Okay, so this is the beauty of use state. You can make any data type here. Okay, you can make strings, you can make arrays. Now we need to store everything inside the to dos, so I can write set to dos. Okay, so set to dos, and what you need to set here. Okay, now here you need to give a callback function. Okay, means a arrow function. So I will take previous array will come in this arrow function, and what we need to return. Okay, we need to spread our previous array. Okay, and we need to give our new element, that is to do, right? So the code will be little bit confusing. Okay, so you need a very good knowledge of ES6 JavaScript for understanding these kind of syntax, right? Now let us console log to do's. Okay, whether we are getting the to do's or not. So console log and to do's, right? Once again, let us clear our console, and here if I type anything, so you can see I'm getting one array and everything is stored in this array, right? Now we can make use of the map function. So what you need to do, you need to make one div, right? I need one div so that I can make use of this container, and I will give all the to dos, okay, that I have stored in this array. But here I'm getting one error. Okay, what is this error? That JSX expression must have one parent element. Okay, so there should be the tree-like structure, a hierarchy. So we need one parent element. So let us make one div. Okay, so I will make one div element here. Why it is not autocomplete? Okay, div. And let us move this div, okay, to the outermost part. Okay, so I have one parent div, and inside this parent div I have two children. One is the form and one is the another div where I want to fetch everything, okay, inside the to do. Right, so inside this div we can write our logic. Okay, so I can write what we need to do. We need to show our to do's array, right? So here we can write curly braces. So I can write JavaScript now here. So to do's dot map. Okay, we can map on our array, and inside this we need to give one callback function, and inside this we will get one to do. Okay, and what we need to do for this to do, we need to return. Okay, so we need instant return. So I will give round brackets. So what you need to return? I need to return one div. Okay, and inside this div I need one h3. Okay, and inside this h3 I need to give JavaScript, and inside this h3 I give one my to do. Okay, so now let us see. Okay, so if I give anything here, so you can see my to do's are listing. Okay, so like this you can make use of states and store anything inside this array and strings. Okay, so I hope you guys are getting. Sir, do you need to place each component within curly braces? Okay, we are not giving components. We are giving curly braces for writing JavaScript inside HTML and HTML inside JavaScript. Okay, so you guys got the idea how you can start using React and make the imperative approach to declarative approach. Yes, guys, yes or no? Okay. Okay, now one more thing you can implement here. Okay, suppose I want to give one delete button. Okay, so here we can make one button. Okay, so let us give one button tag, and here I need to give cross. Okay, so let us search for cross. Okay, do we have cross? Where I can search it? Okay, we can use this one. Okay, I want to delete it, right? So you can see I am getting one scissors icon. Okay, now you can apply some style in this. Okay, so if you want some style, you can target this div. Okay, so you can give a class name here. Okay, just like class in HTML. So class name, let us say to do, right? So target it inside this HTML. So dot to do. Okay, give it a display flex. Okay, so everything will be like this. Okay, display flex, and give some width. Okay, let us give width of 25%, we can say. Okay, and width is 25%, right? And let us target the main container also, this one. Okay, so class name. Okay, to do container. Okay, so let us target that also. So dot to do container. Here also give width as 100%, right? And display flex. Okay, so everything is coming in one line, and also give align item center. Okay, then justify content. Okay, you can give justify content as space around. Okay, and you can also give flex wrap. Okay, flex wrap as wrap. Okay, so you can see things are coming. You can give certain background color. So let us give one background color and it will be light blue, let us say. Okay, so we want some gap, give gap also. So gap, I need 1.5 REM. Okay, so you can see now here also you can give AIC, align item center, and justify content should be space between. Okay, so you can see things right with this 25%. Give some padding. Okay, so padding can be 0.5 REM. Okay, and we can have some border radius. Okay, so border radius will be okay 1 REM. Let us say. Okay, and also you can give some margin to this container. So margin to REM. Right. So you can see now I'm seeing things. Right. And you can also reduce the width. Okay, so instead you can give 20%. Right. So it will look nice. Okay, now why there is some okay width is 100%. I've applied some margin. Okay, let us okay, I have to give box sizing. So I will target all the elements. Okay, so asterisk. And here we can give margin 0, padding 0, and box sizing will be border box, right? So now you can see everything is looking great, and you can remove this margin. Okay, instead you can give some padding. Okay, so I can give some padding, let us say 3 REM. Okay, now you can make this button functional. So once again, go to app.jsx. Okay, inside the button, you can give one on click attribute. On click, what we need to check, we need to handle click. Okay, so make one handle click function. So function handle click. Okay, and do we need event? Yes, we need event. Okay, and here what we need to do, we need to set to do, right? Okay, so we need to filter the to do. So what we can do here? Okay, so we can let us check, let us enter something. Okay, so how we can its value? We need to give one value attribute. Okay, so you can write value. Okay, value is equals to do. Okay, so now if I console log, okay, event dot target dot value. So let us check. If I click on delete button, I will get one value. Okay, so control L. So you can see I'm getting which to do is clicked, right? So by we can identify this to do inside the array and we can filter it out, right? So I can apply so to do's dot filter. Okay, so I can make one more function. So const new to do's, okay, is equals to, we need to write to do's dot filter. Okay, we will filter that element, and element we will get one to do here. Okay, and what we need to return, the to do should not equal to event dot target dot value. Okay, so let us set to do's, okay, to new to do's. Okay, let us delete this, and now let us check, do we get deleted? Okay, let us delete this one. Okay, so you can see three to dos are deleted, right? Because they have the same value. Like I have A, then A. Okay, if I click single A, okay, it will delete all these A, right? So this is one bug inside our code. Okay, so what you can do, you can make this value unique, or you need to give one array of objects, okay, where you can use id to uniquely identify the to dos here. Okay, so like this you can give, or you can give index as the value here. Okay, so instead of to do I can give index, and where we can get this index from this map function. Okay, so to do comma index. Okay, so this is the index. So what we can give, so value on what we need to do here. Okay, so instead of to do you can write to do. Okay, so for us let me give curly braces, round brackets, to do comma index, and you will check the index. Okay, so index should not equal to event dot target dot value. Now if I give the same a's, and if I click one of them, then only first one is deleted. Okay, one a is deleted, and if you want to make it more specific, okay, then you need to give objects, as I said. Okay, there will be one id, specific id, for each and every to do, right? So I hope you guys got the idea of how we can make applications using React.js. Okay, write yes or no in the chat box, so that we can conclude this session. Okay, 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 guys. So you can go and give the quiz. Okay, and your certificate will be issued from there, right? So if you guys have any doubts, so you can ask me, or else we will drop this session, and you can get your certificates.